Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now tonight's pour is just going to be a classic Dutch pour. It's not going to have a car, it's not going to have anything else on it. So what I'm going to do is only two colors. We're going to use a violet from Master's Touch, and we're using Artist Loft white. Those are the only two colors we're going to do. Now I've done violet and white before, and we're going to do violet as the background and white is what we're going to be blowing around. To give you an example of the last one I did, I've done two 12x12s on my last two classes that I've done. I've done one in each class, and a couple of classes ago I did it as a demonstration piece of how to do a Dutch pour, and then I liked it so much I resined it, and the next very next craft show it sold. So I had a class 3 weeks ago, so I decided to do another one, and I haven't resined it yet, but I have it here. So this is it. So this is how it turned out. I haven't resined this yet, so it's still kind of, I'm not saying it's dull, but it doesn't have that glass brightness that that kind of looks like an elephant there. Like his eye and his tusk, his leg. But then if you turn it this way, it looks like a ghost, like wanting to fight. There's another little ghostly looking dude there. I don't know, it's kind of creepy. I like it though. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I've mixed the white, and the violet. So I've mixed all the paints. I've got the violet down on the canvas. We're using a 12x36 canvas. Now I've done a ton of these size canvases, and I sell them every now and then, but here in the last 2 or 3 craft shows I've had, I've sold more than I usually do. So I'm running kind of low, so that's why I wanted to get this one done tonight. So all I gotta do is adjust the camera and we can get started. All right, as you can see, we have the purple down, the violet. So I'm trying to think what would be the pattern. Now the 12x12 that I showed you earlier was corner to corner. And I do kind of like that, but I kind of want to leave, with it being so long, I don't really like that pattern as much. I thought about going straight across, and you can flex it around wherever you want to. And then I thought, wow, it kind of be cool just to have like a center part and then it just kind of flowing out of it. So that's what we're going to do. So I have my white here. So we're going to put a little bit here. That's quite a bit. And then just a little bit out this way. A bit out this way. Maybe some this way. That might be about it for right now. We'll save some of that. Bubbles popped. Got some of this purple still in here. We'll get around this. Let's get the old trusty. Oh, I don't even have I haven't painted since my last class, so I haven't even plugged my. Or have I? No, I haven't plugged my hair dryer in yet, so excuse me for a second. Tight quarters around here, so. All right. liking this very well. I definitely have too much white in the center. All right, I think I'm gonna stop tinkering with it. This is really not what I was going for, but I know it's quite an interesting piece, I guess. Interesting pattern. Somebody will want it. All right, we'll wait for this bad boy to dry, and then we'll get a resin on it, and boy, it'll really pop. All right, as you can see, this has dried, and I almost painted over it, but my wife liked it, and if she wouldn't have liked it, I would have painted over it. But after looking at it for a while, I kind of like some of the patterns that's in here. I was kind of wanting to do, I just put too much paint, white paint on it. I should have done just a nice little minimal type, kind of like the one I showed you. So we are doing resin on this. So we have a 12 by 36. So I looked up on Art Resin Calculator because it's been a while since I've actually done the 12 by 36, and we need 15 ounces of resin. So it's 7.5 of the hardener and 7.5 of the epoxy. And I think I got pretty close because this doesn't have half ounces, and it doesn't really have a mark for each ounce. It goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. So I had to get it like almost a little over half and under the 8 for the 7.5, and then of course 15 ounces. So that's what we did. Oh, that purple just pops under this resin. So it's been a little while since I've actually resined a piece. I've kind of just taken a, not really intentional, just kind of slowed down on painting and resining. I've actually, the last 3 or 4 nights, I was going to resin, and I usually go after my wife goes to bed, and because I like to spend time with her, and we both work, so we don't see each other during the day, so we like to spend our evenings together, even if it's just sitting there not really saying anything, but we're there together watching TV or, you know, on our devices or whatever. But it's not like we don't ever talk, but it's not like we're just, you know, looking into each other's eyes and talking endlessly. No, we've been married too long for that. And then I usually, that's when I come down here, is after she goes to bed. She goes to bed earlier than I do. She gets up earlier than I do. And so I was like, well, so the last few nights I've just been sitting in my chair, watching TV and messing around on my phone. Or sometimes I do play some Xbox. There's only about 2 games I play anymore, and that's Diablo 3 and NBA 2K23, I think it is. I think the earliest one I ever bought was 13, the NBA games, and I really liked that one. And then I bought some, I think I bought 14, maybe 15, and then I waited a few years, and then I think I bought 19 and 21, and I just didn't like them, and so I finally bought the 23. Actually, the reason I bought 23 was because I went to school with a couple. They were high school sweethearts. They ended up getting married, had a couple kids. Well, their son plays in the NBA. He plays for Cleveland Cavaliers. And so our school was very small. Like, I had 15 in my graduating class. So we had 68 in the whole high school. That's freshman through senior. So, and I grew up with both of his parents. They were a couple years younger than me, a couple grades lower. But I did play sport. I did play football and basketball with their dad, and so everybody knew everybody. And actually, his dad lived when we were growing up. He lived a couple houses down from us on the same road. And I remember in junior high, we spent every day over at their house, and we had invented this game with just a tennis ball in their front steps, and we played that like every day that summer. And it was a blast. Great memories. But anyway, so I wanted to get that game because I think he was their son was in the G League for a year or two, and then they brought him up. He played a few games. He was on the bench. Then he was started for a while, and then I'm gonna guess. Well, I just read an article that his mom posted today about him, that kind of the unsung hero of the Cavs. He's a bench player, so he's really good. But I got that game. I got 23 because I wanted to. I know this may sound weird, but I wanted to create a character or create a player and play on the Cavaliers with them. And so that's what I did. So I started a character, and which is what I do. I don't do the playing with others online. I'm just not. I never have really liked that. I don't even like doing that on my phone on some of the games I have. And you have to join a guild, and like I have the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I have to be in a guild and participate in the guild activities. And I just want to go on and play my game and then leave, do my thing and get out. I don't want to have to do a lot of extra stuff. And as I am a gamer, I've always loved arcade games or video games. I'm old enough that I was probably in junior high middle school, junior high, when Pong came out. So I do remember Pong coming out. And of course all the video arcades. Boy, these larger canvases are hard to find all these things in them. I'm trying. But anyway. Well, yeah, I played Star Wars Galaxy was like the first online game I played. And I really just still, even though I had some friends, actually real life friends that played it as well, and we would do things together online when we were not at work. We worked together. And so I would do things with them online, which was fun because I actually knew the people. But I really hated having to depend on other people for doing things in the game. And then I switched to World of Warcraft, and I played that for about 5 years. And I was pretty much a loner on there, but there were still times when you had to go into certain dungeons and you had to be in a group or you wouldn't be able to complete it. And it was always a pain to do the wait for everybody to get to there to recruit people into the group by the global chat, and then by the time you about start to get in there or just get into the dungeon, and somebody go, oh, I have to leave, I can't stay. Like, and sometimes you'd be waiting like an hour to get everybody there, and then you get in there and you're all excited, and then somebody's got to leave, and then you got to wait for somebody else to fill that spot. So I like playing games by myself, not with others. I don't play well with others. So Diablo 3, I can play by myself. And then actually the NBA, I can play just my career and not have to, I just play the games. I don't have to play with other people. So, but anyway, that's just a little insight as to what I possibly do when I'm not down there painting sometimes. Not every time. Sometimes I just sit there and mess around on my phone or watch TV, watch an old movie or an old Columbo episode. All right, I think I've got all the bubbles out of there. I will take I know there's a lot of glare over here, but I'll take a video of it going through the whole thing. So I'll take one last look to see if I can see any air bubbles. I don't see any. So all right. So yeah, I think we have her. Hit the like button if you like this one. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.